Ah, that time again. What the fuck? Happenings in this area of video production and such. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, just the weekly update. What the fuck? Same difference. Anyway, been busy. Cigarettes. Yeah, people actually visit me and bring cigarettes, and I don't have to pay them or anything. Yeah, it's really cool. I do have a friend or two. It's funny. Purely by accident. No design on my part whatsoever. But anyway, it was very pleasant. You know, company bringing gifts is always good. So anyway. Yeah, really good. So I'm, rather mellow. Yeah, but it won't take long for something to piss me off. So anyway, not much to report on, I don't think. The McCarpet, Carrie McCarpet, she posted this Herd video. It's a movie called The Herd, and it's supposed to dramatize, the mistreatment of animals. But it sort of seemed like a chick film. It seemed kind of like a feminist message than a cruelty message. I don't know. I haven't finished it yet. It just seemed very cliche. So it just, it was trying too hard to metaphor and analogize, and so to me it just came off a little pretentious. But whatever, it was good if it has an effect on people, fine. I had some hot chicks half naked, and that's always good. I think they were anyway. Yeah, they were dirty, so you don't really notice. Anyway. Yeah, I know, that's kind of not much to report on. Just noticed Tommy from the Bronx posted a Brett Keane style promo video for Tommy from the Bronx TV, some sort of podcast. He's gonna do a live room, I guess. Oh, how exciting! With exciting guests like some asshole I don't like. Yeah, I can only suffer me. It's most of the time. I'm the one who can make a video that I can enjoy. Mostly. Mike Bayul posted some songs. So they're sort of songs, kind of. I got through. Well, I listened to the Josie Wales one. It was kind of, to me, I just didn't get the title. It should have had something in there about, it's a couple of great scenes from Josie Wales. Like the, the whole thing with the Indian, the back and forth, and even the Chief Dan George part where he's looking through the rock candy. But I always use the line from that movie. I really do use it all the time, where I say something like, I'll endeavor to persevere. Yeah, that's the line from the, There's a lot of great lines from that movie. Outlaw Josie Wales, it really is it's a kind of a perfect movie in a lot of ways. It really is a really kind of a perfect movie. Anyway, it really doesn't have a clunker bit. It's like most of the scenes really do work. Yeah. Anyway, but enough of that shit. There must be something else happening. I'm looking, but it's, nothing's, I don't see anything happening here. Yeah, commenters suck. Oh, the Puro Room, I did listen to some of that. My internet it just doesn't want to play the damn thing, in pieces. So I was just going to jump through it, just bits at a time, but I just keep getting this crap. So the jumping thing wasn't, I didn't get too far. So I did hear some in this part, and I did hear some in there, so I know the basic theme is the same. And I don't even know if it's worth having an argument about it. I mean, it's worth me making a video about it. I mean, this, I really, you know, I just don't get the live room thing especially as a, I didn't. It was kind of a chore doing rooms. I mean, sometimes it was funny, it gave me an opportunity to make up some jokes now and then, or say something funny, but yeah, it's just no way to have a conversation. It's just it's all drawn out, and like I said, if you get agreement from people, they'll just deny it the next day anyway, so it doesn't get you anywhere. And, argument should be something where people are prepared for a subject, and I just don't think this is conducive to advancing argument about things. So anyway, so he has this stupid proposal about taxing property, like that's going to fix things. Like now the rich won't, somehow we'll be able to tax them on their holdings of property. Well, they'll just buy something else. I mean, if the rich aren't stupid. I mean, it's just, so what's the difference? You save money because property prices go down, but all the other prices go up because the rich bid up the market. So, I mean, it's the same effect that's going to exist. They'll just buy some other commodity. And they'll do business in very unproductive ways. If you make valuable property more taxable, then they'll put industry out in the middle of nowhere and force people to drive further to get to work, to keep the value of the property down, to keep their cost of production down. And we know that any tax on the rich that has something to do with taxing their business just ends up being a tax on consumption. It just ends up being a sales tax because the rich just pass the increased cost on to the consumer. So it's stupid for so many reasons, and big glaring reasons. That's why it's almost not worth talking about, because it just shows such a superficiality in terms of understanding the mechanism of wealth acquisition and the fact that you're not going to stop it this way. You have to stop it deliberately. You can't do it in these sideways ways. And the easiest way, in my opinion, to stop it is to put a limit on the inheritance, because that's the substance of the disease. If you get rid of the seed money, the inherited advantage that maintains the 1%'s existence, if they have to really earn it each time, each generation, they're not going to be able to hold it. And that's the way you get rid of their capacity to bid up the market, and force people to borrow to purchase. And that's all they do. It's just about collecting interest. It's just about profiting off lending money, and their profit is always more than the risk of the loans, and so that's the major exploitation in the economy. And then the other stuff they were talking about, labor and stuff, and the fact that labor has been degraded, but that's again another one of these things. It's just the simple solution is you have to value work. And so even if there's surplus labor, people that are doing hard work or risky work or any kind of work should be fairly compensated. And it's the sacrifice of their liberty and the sacrifice of their leisure and the sacrifice of their time that is the thing we should be paying people for. And certainly you can have, a 10 times kind of salary difference between the lowest and the highest paid, but anything more than that is a bit ludicrous. And that's, again, something you have to do deliberately. As a society, you have to decide to value labor. And, we have decided to, exploit foreigners because we don't have to see them. We don't have to consider them real humans. And so, but the real problem is then we just export all our production and we don't have employment here that is of any value. Just a bunch of service labor being a crook. You can make money if you're willing to lie and cheat people, be a reseller, fool people into thinking they need to use you when they could just buy it themselves. I mean, that kind of, most of the entrepreneurs are just doing that. They're just resellers. They're just taking advantage of people's ignorance. So anyway, so Piro's 5 hours of shit is just not worth anything. And then they got onto the profiling subject, and again, the simple truth is, yes, profiling works, okay, but it's still a cheat. And that's the simple solution to that problem. It's just to say you can use it when it doesn't matter, but when real justice is at stake, it's just a cheat you can't afford to abuse, because there'll be real victims, and it's not fair. And we should try to be fair. Wow, that's too complicated, huh? So anyway, it's just crap. So I guess I'm done with that. I don't have to go fiddling around with it any further. Hopefully Dave posted a weird video. I'm going to respond to it. He gave the indication that he saw real promise in what I had proposed as a theory, and now, I don't know, what was he posting this for? Because this punk physicist, Naima Akari Hamidid, it's just, it's string theory bullshit. I mean, it's really, the real nonsense of physics. So I don't know, whatever. It's not even properly titled, because the video he posted isn't the one. He has this title that it's, lecture 3 on space-time is doomed, and that's not the lecture he posted. So, well, anyway, so yeah, I'm still looking for a good combatant on the physics subject. Somebody who actually knows physics. So they can give me something called a real counter-argument to why anything I have proposed is not possible. And so, just keep fucking around. I've been watching some of this relativity at Stanford stuff, but it's, it's all this stupid. I mean, they don't do the simplest thing, which is acknowledge, this is just math gone, math without boundaries. And in the real world, this stuff wouldn't happen the way they say it would. In the real world, if you're moving half the speed of light, your eyes aren't working the same. You will not see things normally because your eyes are functioning differently. I mean, it's just so obvious. But not obvious enough. Yeah, so there's that Herd movie. So, like I said, it does have some chicks, but they're, having babies and getting milked and stuff, and so it's not it's not real boner material. And it just has a bunch of cliche, gratuitous, oh, he's a meanie and he's mean and he's mean. It's not really about people being mean or malicious. Most of the cruelty that animals endure are just because the humans don't give a shit. They just don't think it's a big deal to bore a few holes in your nose or something else without it. They'll cut your nuts off by putting a rubber band around them, or, it doesn't require maliciousness. It just requires a complete lack of compassion or empathy or capacity to imagine yourself in the position, which really, anybody who can't imagine themselves I mean, if they have that lack of imagination, that huge a lack of imagination, then they should just be shot in the head. And we should be done with them, because that's just too stupid. So there really should be something else, but it really just doesn't look like it. I mean, like I said, these comments are just so stupid. Not one source to support a single argument. This is extremely lazy. Why would I need sources? It's a Stefan Molyneux argument. I don't need a source. If I say something like, well, if you think about what happened in human history and you think about what there existed before the Roman Empire, you'll figure out that it was basically anarchy. Okay, that anarchy creates the mechanism that allows the monopolies, the rich, take control of economies, and that they end up buying armies, and that they end up becoming nations. And that's exactly how nations were created, was through monarchs, and monarchs are created by anarchy, a lack of restraint on monopolizing. You're just so goddamn stupid. Let's see, what is he saying? He's saying something here about cigarettes. Can you point me to a source for free market spawned monarchy thing? I don't need a source. I'm just saying go read a history book and you'll figure out that there was chaos before there was governments. Taxation didn't come first. It wasn't like before the DNA molecule there was the tax man or big government. No, there wasn't any of that stuff. There was might makes right. And that's all there was. Biggest fucker wins. The nastiest bastard wins. That's what there was. Idiot. God, you're so fucking stupid. And this guy looks like Peter Frampton. Frampton comes alive. Whatever. I don't know, is he dead? Anyway. Peter Frampton looks like me. That's what people will say later. Anyway, it looks like that Inmendham guy that won 17 Nobel Prizes. Women are trained whores by the state. Stupid. Women don't need a state to learn how to be a whore, idiot. I mean, if I agree they're whores, which, okay, maybe. They spread their legs to pop out the money maker in the court of equities. Equities. Anyway, yeah, right. There's lots of women who use having a kid to control men. No doubt about it, because they can. But there's no solution to those kinds of problems, idiot. It's like you can't control the welfare problem by, well, let's just stop giving them welfare so their kids starve to death and die. You can't, You have to find a mechanism to prevent. Okay, so, it's just whiny. These guys are just so dickless. They're not clever enough to know how to get into relationships without losing all their power. Well, man, that's bad on you, fucker. I mean, it's women do have power, but whose fault is that? Oh, I guess that's something wrong with your brain, buddy. You're the one that gave them the power. Theory of everything. Not even close, John. I don't know if that's John Doe guy or some new channel. Some channel doesn't have any content. Continuum worms. I mean, you're just, why are you wasting your time with this bullshit on me, okay? I mean, it's just information patterns. Go talk information patterns to Piro or something. You people are just so full of shit. Let's see. Could multiverses be responsible for experimental results? Could you be an idiot? Yeah, that's more likely. Your comment around 9:30 on someone's political representative being determined by. Yeah, see, I do that. Sometimes I do say things that are incredibly brilliant, and people say, "Oh, fuck, I never thought of that." But it's true. People just don't think about the fact that their democracy is only representing their geography. It's not representing their ideology in any substantial way. Okay, let's see. Yeah, another one from this stupid woman hater. So stupid. Oh, there's a hotcakes. Gee, moron. Why is it fair that a kid can purchase a balloon, but it's unfair for a rich guy to purchase a yacht? Both the balloon and the yacht does nothing except make the kid and the rich guy happy. You don't understand that a 7-cent balloon consumes a magnitude of resources of like 1 trillion to 1 compared to the yacht. I mean, there's nothing even on the yacht. You couldn't even scrape off a millimeter of paint and find something less valuable than the balloon. Every millimeter of the yacht is more expensive than the balloon. So if you go across the whole yacht millimeter by millimeter, you'll figure out that you have maybe 1 trillion millimeters. So it's 1 trillion times more expensive, you idiot. So it's happiness at 1 trillion times the price. If somebody offered you 2 banana splits or something, whatever your favorite dessert is, and one of them was $1 trillion and one of them was 7 cents, you wouldn't know which one to buy. Oh God, you are so fucking stupid. I'm sorry you have so much anger inside you. I'll pray for you. Well, pray for yourself, fuckface. Okay, you're going to need it. Because when you show up at the non-heaven for the non-judgment, to go to the non-paradise, you know, you're going to need something to comfort yourself when you find out, oh, gee, that was all a big pile of shit. Hey, buddy, please don't lump all libertarians together. I work hard to get paid. Well, I just don't think so. Because you basically want to give the guy who's fucking cheating you more power. And that makes you a colossal motherfucking ignorant cunt. So, I really don't believe you work hard. I really don't. There's no fucking way. Because you would realize if you were a hard worker that, hey, I'm doing all this hard work and these fuckers doing shit are getting all the money. And that's bullshit. And that's what libertarians basically want to give license to. You retards. I mean, what? All these people are just too stupid. Too stupid to be blessed by the conversation of the Inmendham. Inmendham should have much better things to argue. He says arguments these stupid. I shouldn't have to clean up poo this pooey. Yeah. I deserve better poo to clean up. So anyway, learning to dance like a male stripper. Well, that might be fun. Maybe. Probably not. Alright, so I guess I'm done. Sorry, I had some enthusiasm before and it just, you know, well, it's like whatever, 3 o'clock in the morning, and, you know, yeah, I've just been, you know, lots of projects, lots of things, working, busy, all kinds of. So maybe eventually I'll get to something really, truly interesting, and I'll share it with you, but until then, yeah, tough. Anyway. Yeah, so I think that's it. I wish there was more, but there just really isn't much going on. It's, you know,